Listen up, please!
I'm glad you're here.
Mind orgasms and fantasies.
By the way, I want to say something that I absolutely love.
The back of my head may or may not look like a pug.
Somebody's misguided. The younger generation.
If you can wipe your own ass, then the other guy gets shot.
And I don't know that you notice it, but I do.
We found out who we truly are, which is a bunch of assholes.
Most of the time it's because I'm turned away from you.
Why did you buy the vibrating strap-on pillow?
But there's something that I absolutely love.
Oh, I couldn't be happier.
Now, there was a time when we had to hide and we had to be quiet.
Right now, he's wearing a tinfoil hat.
Have you ever heard the term misguided? I've been misguided.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What is the marathon segment?
It's really just going to be us discussing where we were on that day.
Yeah, let's not hop along with that.
Oh, you're a terrible human being.
My joke was blown to pieces in public.
Welcome to What the Fuck Ever episode. It is, what episode is this? 42?
I don't know, but I have a way to check. Siri, subscribe to Misguided Musings podcast. Okay, Google, subscribe to Misguided Musings podcast.
All right, settle down. Settle
sorry.
down. Welcome to episode 41 of Misguided Musings. It's a very special episode because Jordan's not here.
First one ever without Jordan.
It's the first one ever without Jordan. He's taking care of some family issues, and I believe he's also working on a romance. He's working on some fan fiction romance novels about Alex Jones. So we wish him the best of luck with that. Hopefully he'll post something on the website for us. So that means that I'm Sarge, and I'm running the show tonight. With us, as always, is Jesse, Matt, and Tom in the background with Maynard. And then we have a special guest, a returning feature on the show, Jen. She's going to say more mean things to me, I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah, that's okay. So if you want to follow us on Twitter, I'm at Bastard Prophet. Matt is at An Eclectic Taste. Maynard is at Maynard. Jordan is at Muse Knuckle, but don't follow him because he's a jerk. Jesse is at the Jesse Miles. Jen is at Jennifer824, and you could follow the podcast, though I don't know why you'd want to, at Musing Podcast. And then you could follow us on Facebook for updates about the show. And you could download the show off of iTunes, Google Play, and Podcast Addict. All right, now that I've got all that bullshit out of the way, let's jump right in.
You can read Jordan's first fan fiction titled Wet into the Left, starring him and Alex Jones.
Oh, my God. Yes, please. Yes, please.
I believe REM are writing the song about that, too.
Oh, boy. All right, so we thought it would be fun to talk about some weird news. There's been a lot going on in the movie.
Elephants up the stairs.
There's been a lot going on in the news. One of the weirdest things, I think, has to be the United flight that we're not going to talk about because it's been fucking done to death. But what
Can we just play that guy's scream? It's the best.
No, I wanted to do it.
It's the best. I love it. I'm sorry.
No, what I do want to cover, though, is the Navy SEAL. There's a Navy SEAL who is under fire right now for moonlighting as a porn actor. And I just think that is excellent.
A seaman was fired
I was
for
wondering,
spraying semen.
Was somebody having sex with a cat in the background? What's going on?
That's just Jordan working on his novel.
He's just writing it in cat's blood. It's taking a really long time.
Chapter 2, the grassy glory hole? Oh!
All right, so let's get to this awesome story. So he's a Navy SEAL, and he's been in over 30 porn films with his wife, who is an adult film star. And just now, the Navy's like, that's not cool, bro. You can't fuck chicks on camera because you're in the Navy.
They're just mad because every time they watch chicks fuck on camera, it's their wives and someone else.
No.
We've all seen that movie.
We've all seen Jarhead. You're right. So anyway, his wife, who, if you want to look her up, and knowing all of our fans, of course you want to look her up. Especially
and the
you guys
father is the milkman.
You guys
I'm
out in
gonna get the
California.
shit kicked out of me by vets someday.
You are. He goes by the name of Jay Voom, Voom. I don't know why. And then his wife's name is Jules Jade, and she looks exactly like you'd expect a aging female porn star to look like.
Like a Quincy
At least
aunt.
they let them get the crime
confirm.
stuff out of the way and actually get paid for it, right? This is the time to prosecute, if there is time.
Oh man, I don't know why they're making such a big deal out of this, but anyway, I thought that was a funny story because he's like a big wheel, I guess. He's an important guy. He's done a ton of like really popular shit, and he bangs porn stars. Apparently, it's just illegal because it was on camera.
But
The
did
thing
he
that's
kill
funny,
Bin
though-
Laden?
No, unfortunately,
go.
he did not.
He would have gotten away with it if he killed Bin Laden.
He might have. So
Yeah.
the
Might.
next one is this is a United Airlines story, but it's not the one you're all thinking about. There's a woman who was stung by a fucking scorpion on a flight from Texas to Calgary. It
Remember
fell out of
his
the
ass to
overhead
leave.
compartment, landed on her hair. She dropped it on the plate in front of her because she's some kind of asshole, and it fucking stung her finger.
I thought that was just their new security system.
That's how they let you know it's your turn to get off the plane.
Drop a scorpion.
Drop the scorpion.
It's a new policy.
Oh God!
It's a new policy we instated since that Asian guy with a glass nose decided to speak up.
He did
I'm
take that
flying
punch like a
them in
bitch.
2 weeks as well. Like I'm fucking.
It wasn't a punch, it was them dragging his face across the armrest.
Well, if he had just stood up like a grown-up.
But that also shows how uncomfortable are those armrests that they'll destroy a man's
Right?
nose and mouth.
I have not heard this take on this before. I would like
Well,
to know.
I think it speaks more to the armrest than the policy.
All right. So here's another one. Man makes more than 11,500 pounds selling rare vintage Asian-style dipping sauces for McDonald's.
I can believe that.
How? What? Why? What kind of dickhead is like, oh, you know what? I want something that's going to be terribly bad for me and expensive.
I kind of like their sweet and sour sauce, though, bro.
Yeah, no, and this is wasabi,
Mm-hmm.
Mulan Szechuan teriyaki dipping sauce.
That's the one from Rick and Morty.
It is the one from Rick and Morty.
It's the whole purpose behind Rick. Get me that sauce.
Oh, I got it. And then wasabi dip while cleaning out a really old car. I will never pay $11,000 for anything you find under the seat of a car.
Have you seen how many pranks are on YouTube? That's who bought it.
I'm willing to guarantee you that there was at least some snot on it and maybe a used condom. I don't. Where do you put them after car sex?
What
What?
are condoms?
I forgot you're half black. My apologies. All right.
How did you get away
And
with that?
Irish. Come on, don't act like you people are better than me.
I actually tweeted about that earlier. I used a Magnum. I had to tie it on with a hair elastic, but an ugly win is still a win.
You
So,
know,
all right.
you know you're hooking up with a girl you don't want to when you don't try and move the hair during the blowjob. You're like, the obstruction of view is helping. She's like, do you want me to like put it up in a ponytail? That's fine. Just let it fly.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I want to
I'd
get
rather you look
stuck
like
in the
the
back
chick-
of your throat so you start gagging all over it, trying to make me feel bad for not holding it aside to you.
I'd rather
Jeez.
you look like the chick from The Ring, if you don't mind.
Or it's like, where have you been the last 10 minutes? Did I kiss you? Yes or no? Yeah. So.
All right.
Oh, I feel bad.
Oh no! All right, so this is the last weird news story of the day. Angry dad chopped off 15-year-old's penis and gouged out eyes because he was sleeping with his daughter.
Oh, where was this?
So I'm gonna give you guys guesses.
Oof,
You
talk
can
about
guess.
cockeye.
Where do you think it might?
Florida.
It's
Where in the
always
world?
Florida. It's always Florida or
It's
Jersey?
actually not in the United States. It's not in the United States.
Not in the United States.
Mexico. No.
No.
Okay, we got Mexico.
No, I
England.
want to go.
Turkey.
Merry old England.
England, Turkey, Mexico. Maynard?
I'm changing mine to Brazil. I take
Is-
Mexico off the table.
Is Maynard alive?
China?
China?
China.
Unfortunately, you
Oh,
guys
sorry,
all missed it.
China.
Okay, you guys all missed it. It was actually Pakistan.
Oh.
None of us guessed it because of white guilt.
Or because it was too easy.
What happened?
Oh, I don't even
What
know how that
happened?
works.
Oh boy. So no, the young man was apparently messing around with this girl, and the dad found out about it, picked him up from school, took him out into the wilderness, gouged out his eyes, and cut off his penis.
I thought you were gonna say it was during a United flight.
Oh boy.
That would actually make sense.
Ah! The teenager was found bleeding profusely by a passerby who took him to the hospital. The incident is being investigated, not sure why.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened. Was it suicide?
Yeah, but what were her religious beliefs? Because that does change a thing or two over there.
I guess it does.
That's where the guy fucked up. He should have just left porno mags laying around him so he'd bleed to death.
You know, I was thinking about this earlier. I feel really, really bad for kids that grow up in today's age because they'll never find a box of water damage porn in the woods behind the high school.
Yeah.
Or will they?
Do you remember that? Like, it was like a phenomenon that's happened across the United States. Every guy, like, in his like mid to late 20s or early 30s has found water damage porn in the woods.
All the time. That's
yeah,
where
it was everywhere. Why? But I'm trying to figure out, like, why the fuck was the porn in the woods?
Because you
Who's
were
like,
away
I
from
wanna-
you were away from your parents, and that's where you went to go set little fires. Also, I will give the kid credit at 15. Like, how often can you get fucked up in Pakistan and people are like, wow, I never saw that coming.
Oh my god.
He's at least got a unique amputation. They're like, IUD. He's like, no, Dad.
My favorite part of the whole article is the very end when it says Senior Police Officer Haider Ashraf said, "We will submit the report of the case after completing the investigation." What are you investigating?
Whether his penis was impure and whether he deserved it.
You're fine, but your penis was an infidel, so it's gone now.
He's like, sir, I see you're an angry father, but I see you've only cut off a penis. There is a clit missed from this investigation, and if we don't get one, you're going to jail for being weak.
Okay, so I think.
Oh, I feel bad about
now that
that.
we've got, yeah, you should feel bad about that. That was pretty bad.
Well, you know,
we're gonna leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. It made me think. What is given? This must be pretty embarrassing for this young man. He's gonna go to court. He has no eyes or a dick.
It doesn't really matter then.
Yeah, right. I mean, at that point.
At that point.
I mean,
then it made me think,
unrapeable.
like, of all the embarrassing things that may have happened in my life, and I thought that would be a good segment for the episode that I just came up with now and didn't talk about at a production meeting last week. Off the top of my head, let's go with Jen.
Oh, wow.
What is your most? So, are we doing embarrassing high school stories or just embarrassing stories?
Can it be college?
Yeah, it could be college.
Okay. Well, it's the first week of college, so.
Oh, even better.
Okay.
Even better, because you didn't know the rules yet.
I didn't actually.
You were still calling your mom all the time.
Nah.
Okay.
I'll get there.
You know, it sounds like there's a story I don't want to hear. So
No,
just go ahead with
that's-
that.
Only a little. So I think the most important thing to start the story with is that I used to be incredibly religious.
Oh my god.
Embarrassing story over.
This is going to be the best story ever.
It's already embarrassing.
Yeah. So I can hear the cat. He's ready. Okay.
Matt, seriously, kill that fucking cat.
Like, I just want
You
to hear
don't stop, I'll grab you by the pussy.
I just want to hear a
Well,
I mean,
and a
oh god.
we'll take it out in post. Okay. So
That's right, take it outside and smack its head against a post.
okay, so I used to be really, really religious, and I went to Catholic school from K through 12, and I went to God camp. I was a counselor. I was all sorts of religious shit. So I wore this this cross all the time. It was a rosewood cross, and it was just I wore it everywhere. Okay, I went to sleep with it. I woke up, I showered, whatever. So I went to Emerson when I first left high school, which is like the least religious college of.
I think
all
you should
throughout
leave the
country.
T in, honestly.
Religious.
Yeah, it sounds nice. It sounds fancy.
The religiously
It sounds like it should be better than it is. Yeah, I was. That's probably offensive. So when we went there, we had orientation for our freshman year. I lived in the dorms, and it was and still is the best week I've ever had in my entire life. It was awesome. But I had never been drunk. I was straight edge in high school. So
cool.
That's high school for boring.
Yep. He was right. I'm not gonna correct him. So I had
You guys
just
want to
started
sip soda and listen to the starting line?
Let's have a root beer keg party.
a root beer keg party. Yeah, I had just started smoking weed that summer, and I had never been drunk before. And they were like, "Oh, Jen hasn't ever been drunk, so we're gonna make sure she's drunk." And I was like, "Cool, exactly." And then Stone Cold came out. It was awesome. And
Yes. Who the hell just shattered a glass in the background?
Sorry.
Good call. Good call on the stone cold entrance.
Oh, anyways. Sorry, I mean, shattering glass happens. What else am I supposed to think? Do you have a beer truck? I don't know what else to do. Okay, so I had never been drunk before. They went to a party at MIT, which is apparently which is crazy, right? So I didn't think a very small amount of alcohol could really affect me. So I started chasing this gin I was drinking with tequila, and I just started switching from each bottle back and forth, and I just got really drunk.
Anyone else flash back to when you thought that like chasing liquor with more liquor was a good idea?
Yeah, that was that time, and
like,
only
this
that
shot
time.
with this mixed drink really kind of clears the palate of the booze I was drinking.
Nothing gets rid of the awful taste of shitty beer like tequila.
Oh my god! I actually I took pride in the fact that
vodka.
I didn't chase after like the last year. But you know what? After when you first start drinking, you make some really shitty choices into what you think is cool about drinking, like throwing a bunch of ping pong balls into beer and then drinking the dirty beer like that. Why did we do that? Anyways, I'm getting on a tangent.
Yeah, why did we do that? I never do that anymore. I haven't done it.
Playing
ever.
beer pong with water.
Why don't you hate play? No, you were wrong. You're a mutant. Stop
No,
it.
I'm from Quincy. I accept the grime as part of the
Yeah,
game.
I mean, it's
Fucking
really
suck it
part
up
of where
and
we come from, to be
you
honest.
know what? Clean your kitchen floor. That's on you. If you have a
Yeah,
dirty
I
beer
agree.
pong game, that's because you didn't clean up
I'm
properly before
so on the
party.
other side. Maybe it's because I'm from the North Shore.
Take
Maybe
your
that's
shoes
why.
off.
Maybe we're better than you.
No wonder I thought you were weird. You're from the North Shore?
Yes, I am.
Same season. Yeah,
So
we're
you
the
get
same but
so you
different.
get roast beef and sauce sandwiches.
No, I got a roast beef
I get
three
it now.
ways.
Have you not had one? Oh my God,
I have
Sarge.
had it.
Get a
I have
roast
had it,
beef.
but hold on.
Get a
I got-
roast beef 3-way. It's so good.
I hate to be a jerk, but I got to step in here for a second. So I had a friend from the North Shore, and we used to work in Boston together. And he went to this little like cafe right next to our store, and he went in and he said, "I want a roast beef and sauce sandwich." And the guy behind the counter was like, "You want sauce?" And he's like, "Yeah, I want roast beef and sauce sandwich." So the guy dips the ladle into like the meatballs and dumps
Oh.
dumps marinara
Dude.
sauce.
I would
Sauce. Could you just? I never really thought about that. It's just sauce. It doesn't really have a name. It just is sauce.
I would.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's fucking great.
I would
All
still
right.
eat that one with the meatballs.
I could too, actually. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Where was I? What was I?
The show's
I
gonna, you were
was really
talking about
drunk.
being
Yeah.
drunk.
So I
You were
was at
talking
MIT.
about being a white girl in Boston.
That's me. Okay, so so I was really fucking drunk, and I was just walking around the party, being all drunk and stumbly. And some guy was like, "Hey, I see you're wearing that cross. God is dead, and you're stupid." And I was like,
Fucking
like,
shit.
he was an asshole, but it
You
didn't
know how
matter
you know?
because
You
I
know
know
how you know
worse.
somebody's an atheist? They're gonna tell you in 5 minutes.
He's absolutely a Reddit moderator or some shit, like at that point. But sorry, that's probably your fan base, isn't it? Sorry, I'm not gonna make myself any friends.
One guy in California is like, unfollow.
Just one? Okay.
We only have one fan in California.
You only
He
have
listened-
one follower?
We have one follower in California, and he listened 43 times.
Wow.
I think he's trying to make a hair shirt.
Where is he getting the hair from?
I've been
Why are you mailing
donating.
it to him? Oh, you too?
Well, I got a lot to spare. I'm a hairy man. I have Robin Williams arms. Not panicking and clutching at a rope.
Let's move on before we. Okay,
But
you
Harry,
got the joke
but
out. You got
Harry,
the joke
I
out.
I'm sorry. Okay.
There was no
So
stop.
I
Well, you had to
basically
assume,
sat
even
this
if
guy
it was
down.
his fault.
All right.
Stop it.
Let her finish.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and he's not sorry. So I sat him down because I followed him around the party. Because remember, it's not like he just convinced me that my beliefs were wrong. When you
You mean that
things-
doesn't work?
No, it doesn't work.
Okay.
So nope. So I actually was like, I was really fucking wasted. So I think I assumed that like I needed to defend God or something, like martyrdom style. And I just basically was like, you need to see all the things that are happening on this planet, and you can't tell me that there's not a creator. Like I just started like, and this guy is like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? And I'm crying, and I was like, you'll see one day. It was terrible.
You were the
I was-
YouTube compilation of crazy people losing their shit.
Dude, I lost my shit.
You
I lost my
had
shit.
you had the whitest white girl moment in Boston. You basically lived an entire 4 years of college in that minute.
I got better.
Everybody does. Everybody
Yeah.
does.
That was really bad. And then I decided that, you know what? That's a different conversation. Just like
Did you work at Coffee Break Cafe after that?
coffee break.
North Shore. She doesn't know what it is.
I don't know what that is.
That's true.
Get a medium regular, kid.
Just out of
Oh, it's
curiosity,
like Mary
bro.
Lou's.
Just
Is
out
it-
of curiosity. Oh God, yeah, that's probably better. That's a more accurate statement.
I've only been to one Mary Lou's. There's none up north.
No, Coffee
Were you
Break's
wearing-
like the pseudo-intellectual one in
Yes.
which, oh no, we read novels. Tom Clancy.
I
Joe,
went
let
to
me ask you-
Emerson. Everyone there
Let me ask
is
you a
like
question
that.
though. Were you wearing UGG boots and a North Face at the time?
Actually, the weird part is I wasn't, but
Okay.
the first time I ever saw UGG boots was at that party.
Let me see if I
Ever.
get this straight. You didn't
was
wear
a long
UGG
time
boots
ago.
and a North Face and a chunky scarf at a college party in Boston.
No,
Did
no,
you
no.
even go
That's
to
a different
college,
college. Emerson is
Remember,
all about being a hipster.
religious.
It's
Oh,
different.
that's true.
It
That's
was
true.
different then.
Religious people wear goofy clothes.
I also did wear really goofy clothes. I wore really goofy clothes. I wear very, very
Ankle-length
strange
skirts.
clothes. I was really into ska. It was a time. It was
You
a
know what
time
I
in my
think?
life.
You know what I think is great about this story is if you listen to this story and then you listen to the story from the last episode.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
It's like watching a descent into madness.
Oh, it gets way worse than that, brah.
Oh,
You know?
Oh,
you
boy.
went one step
All right.
beyond.
All right, let's what do you want to do? You want to take a break? You want to go into Matt's story? All right, let's go
Who's
to
moderating? Did Maynard die?
All right.
I'm
Let's
still very much here.
let's hop into Matt's story and then we'll take a little break.
All right, this is high school. Tom remembers this. Like I was a joke. I was like awkward, like everyone else, and like I was trying to be cool. And I
Much
wasn't
different from who
cool.
he is now. Much different.
Yeah, I'm still uncool, but at least I rock a Ramon shirt here and there. And I went to CBGBs, but that's beside the point.
You just
So
aged
anyway.
yourself.
Are you sure that you're not the super religious one in the group? I went to CBGBs and prayed for their souls.
Yeah, got some stigmata in there, man.
Went to a Manson concert and handed out pamphlets.
All right.
I
ahead,
actually have a
Matt.
funny story about CBGB, and I'll be super quick with it. I went with my buddy Corey, and we went in there and we saw some bands play. We saw this group who dressed up as Santa Claus. This was around Christmas time, and they played Scrooge's covers, and they were fucking awesome. They were called the Scrooges. And during the time, like they had like this was New York City, early 2000s. They didn't ID or whatever. So the bartender goes up to my friend, was like, "Would you like a drink?" And he was like, "Yeah, rum and Coke, please." And then they asked me, she goes to me and I said, "Oh no, I'll just have a Coke. I'm under 21." And my friend just looks at me and she goes, "Oh yeah, do you have an ID?" And he was like, "No, I'm under 21 too." And you
Jesus
remember how
Christ.
scarce alcohol was back then. But that's a long story short. I had a reason for that, but I'll tell you some other time. So I was trying
This has
to be
been
cool.
a journey. This has been
Yes.
a journey already. Continue.
So I tried to be cool back in high school. I mean, I didn't, I don't think tattoos were legal at the time, so I didn't do tattoos. So I thought the next best thing, get my ears pierced. So I was
no.
like, all right, like I'm, a Hot Topic model. I'm playing in a really bad garage rock band. This is cool. I don't even know how to play chords, but whatever. So I go to like the place in North Quincy. I can't remember what the name of the place was. It was like the Body Arts. You remember the dude?
Body
with all the
Extremes.
dead- Body Extremes.
The guy
So-
that worked there, the super creepy dude who used to be Special Forces, and he used to give out the bumper stickers that said, "I got pricked by Mick."
He was
So
actually a
does that
nice
mean he was
dude,
in like
though.
the special forces?
I'm gonna pierce your ears now, and then I'm gonna wipe my butt.
Well, that would explain it.
I
Because
salute you.
Give it back. That's my toenail.
I'm real because I have a medal.
so I go to get my ears pierced, and the guy asked me, "Have you had your ears pierced before?" I said no, and he was like, "Okay, what side you want it on?" And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I don't
Here we
know.
go.
I like got confused, and I'm like,
And
I
then the
don't know.
drugs
So I
kicked in.
So I call my dad up, and my dad's like, "Oh, he was drunk." He was like, "Yeah, right." And I'm like,
Oh.
So I get my ears pierced the right, and I'm also single at the time too, and it was like back
And
in
you
high
stayed
school.
For
that
a
way to this
while.
day.
Yeah, I did until I got my mail order bride from Quincy.
Cost you 30 bucks and a
Percocets
buy
and
one get one
Oxyteens.
Parliament Light, bro.
If you go into CBGB with one ear pierced, you're going to leave CBGB with one ear pierced.
For $400, she'll touch your cock on wedding night, bro.
Kid, she'll give you the.
And by the end of the week, you'll be a cuck, dude. You'll be a
Kid,
fucking cuck.
Kid, she'll give you the best fucking hummer of your life.
And then she'll go hummer some other guy, and then you'll be a cuckold, dude.
First, there's a man on a bride that doesn't need a green card.
Guy, just get her a 30 rack of Bud Light. She'll give you a Tuggerino that'll make your eyes roll back in your head.
So we were going to a concert that night, which was probably the dumbest ever. And I also, being, you know, the narcissist that I was and still am, I told my friends, I'm getting my ears pierced. So they come to see me and they were like, oh, did you get your ears pierced? Oh, no, there was an accident. And they were like, what? And I'm like, so what I decided to do was I was stupid at the time. I still am, obviously. And I put some duct tape on my ear and put it on the other ear. And I'm like, yeah, I tried to get both ears pierced. And of course, Jordan, out of all people, was like, I'm not buying this. He just rips it off, and it was fucking painful. And he's like, dude, he got his ears pierced in his right ear, right in front of everybody. This was the Eagles of Death Metal concert, by the way. Lots of girls there at it. He just starts yelling it out.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, fuck. And you know, back in that time, I mean, we were not as open back then, you know, like, especially if you were single like I was for a couple of years, people start having, you know, and it's not like it is now.
Thoughts.
Like, yeah.
Called a fag 595 times. Let's just say it for what it is.
Matt, I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. I saw the way you dressed in high school. There was never a doubt in my mind that you weren't straight. There's no self-respecting gay man on earth that would dress like you.
Cargo pants, Doc Martens, and the lamest Iron Maiden album.
If Matt even
did you wear a fedora or did you not wear a fedora?
No, I don't know.
Did you
Jordan
stand in the corner and dance to the Night at the Roxbury song?
If Matthew even tried to be gay, the guy would put his arm on his shoulder and be like, "Oh, honey, you're so confused."
He's like, no, you're not gay. Trust me.
So I went back and got my other's ear pierced on the other side, you know, to check it out. I was so mad.
You balanced it out.
Tried to throw people for a loop, you know. Anyway, so I told my dad, and I was just like so pissed off, and he couldn't stop laughing. He was like, "You're a fucking moron," but I didn't know back then, you know. Like,
oh God,
I didn't realize that, you know, like, you know, determined your sexuality. So. So the ear pierced on both ears lasted for a full year. I ended up making out with a girl, and she was fucking drunk as hell, and she actually like was biting on my ear, which was kind of bizarre. But at the same time, you know, when you haven't had any action in a while, you'll take any kink. And are
you sure she wasn't a cat?
Ear biting is not kink.
It's not kink. That's an erotic.
Ear biting is only kink if you're in handcuffs and in
her nails were quite long.
Ear biting is only a kink if you go to Eastern Nazarene College.
That's true. He's right.
Let's not bring up the relationship I used to have.
So she
oh boy. All right.
So she literally bit my earring off, and it was bleeding for a couple of days, got infected, and I've never had it pierced since.
I kind of wish that we had a camera, like a camera crew that could just follow you around to watch you do things in life.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Here's how Matt showers, and then he just like punches the wall until water comes out.
All right, let's take a break, and then we'll go into Maynard's story. Tom, please.
I feel like something should have happened by now.
Me too. Did Tom die?
You're listening to Misguided Musings on the Misguided Network. The kind of guys that find cruise ship disasters hilarious. Look at those old funnies. Hello, European lads. Hamish Macbeth here, letting you know if you're gonna be pounding on that American panani or lotioning your bobby and fanny batter, you may need to leave your hats behind. And by that, I mean get circumcised.
Hey, Joe, listen to the response I got from some Yankee lasses when I had to draft up my kilt.
Oh my god, it looks like a microwaved Italian sausage. Ew.
It must be like blowing up on an old balloon found in a bathroom floor. Gross. So there you had it, cunts. Get snipped and enjoy the nice suntan on your willy. This was brought to you by the advocates of no safety hats and the organization Foreskins for Condoms. Foreskins are crap!
All right,
Stephen Hawkins.
welcome back. Welcome back.
It's just not his name at all.
I'm hoping that Matt has officially finished fucking that cat. Maynard, I hope you've started fucking that cat.
skinned
It
the
is your
cat.
turn.
So, the story's pretty short. I was reminded of it the other night when Sarge and I went to Steel Panther concert.
Maynard, are you recording from underneath the ocean?
No, do I sound weird?
You do sound a little weird. I don't know what you're doing.
Shut up, Stephen Hawkins.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Why do I keep hearing Stephen Hawking anyway?
Hawkins.
I'm not at Sarge's house tonight, so anyway, I was
Yeah,
reminded
he's
of,
under quarantine because he's radioactive at the moment.
that's another story.
It's because he's actively on the radio.
Okay.
So
Fucking
anyway,
nailed it.
Sarge and I
It's
went to see Steel Panther the other night. Those bathrooms were really weird, weren't they?
They had a weird smell.
Somewhere along the lines of incense and urinal cakes somewhere in the middle.
It smelled like a really cheap vape pen and Mountain Dew,
That too.
Ah.
which is kind of what you should expect at a Steel Panther concert, if I'm being honest.
No Doritos though, huh?
No, no, most of the women smelled like Doritos, though. It was weird.
Oh, that's
I
a
was-
bad sign.
I was going to say every girl on stage definitely smelled like Doritos.
Oh, God. The girls on stage. It was so
Oh.
bad.
It's
Ugh.
not a secret anymore. Jesus.
There was like 3 or 4 really, really pretty women, and then the rest were all these like gangly mutants that they found somewhere. Like, I feel like they trucked them in, because some of those girls, there's no way they walked out of their house like that. We're like, I look good. Let's go to a Steel Panther show.
Look that up on YouTube. You will
Yeah.
you can see what Sarge and I saw.
Oh, ugh.
But that
This is
reminded,
what they're doing when they're not at Walmart looking for the perfect carton of eggs.
Funny.
So the concert was in Boston, and that reminded me of one of the first concerts I went to in Boston, which was the Green Day free show at the Hat Show.
Isn't
Anybody-
that the show where people get beat the crap out of? There was
Yes.
like a riot.
And
Yeah,
the Hat
'cause-
Show punk show.
There were, I think they predicted 10,000 people were going to show up, and 60,000 showed up.
Like you do for a free show with Green Day.
Yeah.
This is-
They had just hit it big at the moment.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. But anyway, the embarrassing part of that was my first week of college, and went with a buddy of mine. Sitting there, and this girl behind me taps me on the shoulder. I'm like, college, I'm already getting girls talking to me. She's like, you want a hit of weed? So she gives me her pipe.
Do you want a hit of the marijuana?
Yes. And
You want to try a marijuana cigarette?
I'd never smoked weed in my life, and I didn't really know you had to, light it while you're inhaling. So I just took it and put it in my mouth and just like nothing happened, but I couldn't pretend that nothing was happening, so I just handed it back to her and said, thanks so much. And she just odd look, walked away.
You could have
like-
been on so many other drugs that made you think that though, so I think she was okay.
Like,
She's like, that guy over there's doing mescaline.
meanwhile, I continued to drink my
Coyote
vodka in
over here.
Fruitopia and enjoyed the show for 7 songs before the riot broke out.
That was your most embarrassing moment ever?
That's the one I could think of off the top of my head.
Okay. All right. Maynard
Remember,
did
you
not
just
know
told
how
him
to
this, and
smoke
that
weed.
you didn't even have a production meeting. So
That's true. We didn't. That
No
actually
gimp
reminds
got
me of the
loose
time somebody offered
in
me
your
some
dungeon?
peyote, and I didn't know anything about drugs. I still really don't know much about drugs, but this one guy was like, "Hey, do you want to do some mushrooms with me?" And I thought you had to smoke it.
Ah!
Oh,
I was like, no, I don't have a lighter. And the guy was like, okay, dude. I just walked away. And so I was telling my older brother this story like years ago. I was like, yeah, I was gonna, this is a long time ago. And I was like, oh yeah, I was thinking about doing some peyote with this guy, but neither of us had a lighter. He's like, you don't smoke mushrooms, you idiot.
Wait,
like,
those are two different things.
No,
I thought.
I thought they were the same thing. I didn't know anything about drugs.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, so we had gotten past that to the point where he realized that it was mushrooms that I was talking about. And he's like, you don't smoke mushrooms, you idiot. And I was like, oh, that would explain why he just kind of walked away from me. He probably thought I was the police.
Oh, dude. So last year I went to Colorado and my friend handed me, like an edible. And I'd never taken an edible before, and I've smoked pot before and some pretty potent
I smoked
stuff.
pot with Johnny Hopkins.
So it was like a chocolate, filled with THC, and it was like really potent. So I ate it, and he was like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "Was I not supposed to eat that?" And he was like, "Oh no, it's cool." And his girlfriend was like, I could hear in the background, she was like, "He should have fucking ate the whole thing. He's been up most of the day." Because it was like, I flew in Denver. There's mountain time, so it was 2 hours. So it was like 12 at night there, so 2 in the morning, and I've been up since 6. Within 2 hours, I was in the bar, and I thought my hair was on fire. I was like,
Matt goes up to the bartender. Matt goes to the bartender, and he's like, I can hear your heartbeat.
This with my hair, and my friend was like, "Stop doing that." He's like putting my hand down, and I'm like, "My hair's on fire," and he's like, "No, it's not." And he was like, "We're going home."
No.
So we started walking out the bar, and we're walking up the street, and he stayed literally maybe about a block away, and it felt like a 45-minute walk. And I'm like, "Dude, when the fuck are we getting there? We were walking for 45 minutes." And he was like, "Dude, we just left here seconds ago." I didn't realize that like THC time is like far more continuous. Like, it was fucked, and I'd never been like more paranoid in all my life. It was a horrible experience. But
I think we need to have a show segment where we just give Matt different drugs and gauge his reaction throughout the episode.
I'm on that. Let's do it.
Let's do it, right? We'll take when we take a break,
start
we'll
with
take like a
DMT.
break for an hour
He'll
and then
pass
come
out.
back after he takes the drugs.
well, I got I remember one time.
Matt, I'll
I
be
got
your drug Sherpa. We'll start slow.
All right. So Jesse, it's your turn, buddy.
It is. And my tale also involves alcohol and copious amounts of it.
Sensing a theme.
So it was my friend Amanda's 21st birthday, and that's when everybody comes out like big dick swinging for how much you can drink. That's when I decided to buy a bottle of 151 Bacardi.
Oh, it's over.
Because it's fun to pour someone a shot. It's even more fun to then run from across the room and light that shot on fire when that's not what they want one bit.
That would not go over well today because everyone has a beard.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
But Amanda was especially annoyed with it because then she was like, now I have to drink the flaming shot. But she made
Did she
me
have a
go...
beard?
No.
That's what I thought.
She made me go shot for shot with her. So I was wonderfully trashed, and then we decided to play beer pong upstairs. And this was during the day where people didn't play with water cups. They played with lukewarm Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Because they're not fucking pussies.
And Pabst hadn't figured
Fuck
their shit
yourself.
out yet and still tasted salty. I'm not wrong that Pabst tastes salty, right?
No, I drank a lot of
basically-
Pabst
They
back in the
substitute
day.
the hops with dirty hobo change. They
It's
basically
fucking-
it's like a conscious it's like a conscious thing they do. They like buy it off of like homeless people and they take all their change and they add it into the
They don't
beer.
buy anything. They
That's
just
why
give
all
them
the
beer.
hipsters. That's why all the hipsters drink it. They're like, dude, they're a conscious organization. They're like conscious capitalists.
You know the worst part about PBR is that like I was drinking it because I was poor and literally couldn't afford anything else. And I was at the show in Boston the other night. The fucking guitarist for the band is drinking PBR. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You can afford something good.
I know. Hipsters
John
are douchebags.
Cena has a t-shirt that is styled after a PBR can.
Yeah,
Like, it's not good
gross.
beer.
It's
And
so bad.
And after doing continuous shots of tequila and Bacardi 151, the warm PBR started acting with me terribly. So I ran back
It was
marinated.
just the warm
downstairs.
PBR.
It was marinating inside you.
Oh, it was marinating quite a bit.
It was It was cast conditioned.
Wow.
So I ran. Oh, I also had a whole large pizza to myself because that's how we would order it. Like if you and a friend were ordering pizza, you would each get a large.
Yes,
because you know
that's how you
one's for you.
And the pitcher of Pabst Blue Ribbon for like $7 or something.
Yeah, and judging by me and my friends are all the same age, so it was just when we all turned 21. So it's like my first apartment away. You are not good to your body.
Young and dumb and full of cum.
So all of those decisions have made me run past the entire party into my room.
Sorry, I was just thinking about your most recent ski trip.
What, making cumsies? Listen, I enjoy making cumsies.
You're making double-barreled cumsies at the sex club?
Yep. No, the last thing we went to was a sex party. It's more intimate.
Jesse, would you
Only
wear
because there's
your...
only 3 rooms and not like 12 million.
The sex party, it's more intimate and everyone's wearing Crocs.
It was amazing. The guy had one.
too.
The guy had one of those fucking machines. It was like a piston. He was like, "Yeah, people get real excited for that." I'm like, "I bet they're excited to be first."
Yeah.
Like, you better be excited to be first on that. Like,
Oh no!
I don't know. Like, I've seen people use the gym. Not everyone hoses down the machine after.
or the problem is they did hose down the machine.
I learned squirting's a real thing, but we don't need to go over this.
Oh god.
Where was I? Oh, I was drunk. So I ran past everyone into my bedroom because at the time I was living in a shitty basement apartment that the bathroom was also in my bedroom.
Wait, what?
That must make masturbating really awkward.
I thought it
So
would make
when
it
you
get
had
We
more
had
easy.
2 bathrooms. There was one upstairs, but there was also one in my room. And it's weird because it was one of those ones where the toilet's like up a step as well in the corner. Like, it's the only point.
Those are
they
my
could fit the
favorite. It makes you
toilet.
feel like you're king in there.
So I start throwing up, and like my stomach's not emptying out fast enough. I'm like, I can't throw up anymore. So I decide to try and shit. I'm like, I'll attack it from the other end.
No. Oh god.
So I take my pants off and sit on the toilet. Turns out that was just a thought in my mind, not a body reaction. So I didn't have to shit at all. So I went back to throwing up without ever picking my pants up. Amanda eventually knocks on the door to come in and check on me. And she's like, I brought you a glass of water. Didn't mention my pants were down. Was just very nice and was like, all right, I hope you feel better. And then walked away. But since she didn't mention that my pants were down, I forgot about it because I didn't have to face the embarrassment.
Remember the beauty of being on cold tile when you were like drunk
Oh,
and
it's
ready to
so
puke?
good.
Oh,
So
it was the
good.
greatest thing. I've just
Still to this day, when I
Yes.
need to puke, I'm like, I'm going to lay on the bathroom floor for about 15 minutes because
Oh,
this feels the
God.
best.
Or you go to those
Secure.
apartments and there's VCT vinyl tiling. You're like, you bastards!
He ruined it.
What kind of monster has vinyl tiling in a bachelor pad?
So I come out of, I wait until I hear all the sounds in my room stop making sounds, and I open the door, and apparently everyone had just been snorting Adderall in my room because there's just like spoons and like half-finished lines laying about my room.
Some needles as
And
well.
I just want to go to bed, and turns out one of my friends, Dickie, my friends whose name is Dickie because this is Boston.
Yeah,
We
it's
name-
true.
We name
Everybody
people
knows
that.
at least one Dickie.
He was quite the Richard.
He was a good dude. He waited
Oh,
in my
he was.
room to see when I came out of the bathroom to make sure I was okay and didn't like drown in
And
my own
offer
vomit.
you Adderall.
Well,
So
Boot
Dickie
and rally,
being,
kid. Boot and rally.
Dickie being the good man was just like, hey, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. And he paid for being a good man by having to put my dick in my pants. Because I had still not pulled my pants up.
Oh boy.
And like a good friend, he pulled my pants up, zipped them up, and then pushed me into the bed and tucked me in. It was a good night.
he's like, yo, kid, your dick's hanging out. Let me fix
But
that for
I
you.
never thought I was gonna be.
Dude, you little mess there in your shed. It'll be all right.
I never thought I would be so drunk my dick's hanging out, guy. But I was that night,
Oh god. Oh man. That
and I
one...
didn't black out. By the way, that didn't have to be told to me. I remembered all of it.
So that's gonna that might be the best story of the night. There's no way I can compete, but I'm gonna go anyway because I'm already on the list. So I went through a really nasty breakup in my first year out of high school. I was my high school sweetheart. We broke up. She left me for another woman, which is great for my my self-esteem at the time. You could say I'm a friend to the gay community. So anyway, I had the opportunity to go live in Martha's Vineyard for a summer and work there. And so I took it because I'm an idiot and I don't know any better. So if you guys have never spent a summer on Martha's Vineyard as an employee, there's two kinds of people you meet there: Brazilians and drug addicts. So
swingers.
So I happened to be staying in a house with 6 other people, like the real world, only it was really bad because they're all from New York. And,
really bad world?
Oh, God, it was the worst world. So,
starring Anthony Hopkins.
One night they're like, "Hey,
let's bring some rats in here. Let's make the place look a little sewagey."
So hold on, what? So these are pre 9/11 college students. So they're all like super hippie-ish, but they're like very peace and love hippie-ish, not like, oh, I'm mad at the president hippie-ish. So there's one guy who's always wearing a sarong. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like a skirt, but it's okay because it's Eastern. So we go to this party, and the guy with the sarong pulls out his bowl, and he opens up like this thing of tinfoil, and he's got this little black ball, and he puts it on top, and he's like squishing it in there. And I'm like, oh, what's that? And he's like, oh, it's opium. And I'm like, I've never had opium. And he's like, you want a hit? And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Shit.
Yeah, it was a 4th of July weekend. Really smart play on my part. I went to this crazy party, and I smoked the opium, and it was on a bed of weed. And I don't know if that's normal because it's the only time I've ever done opium. But I took the hit, and I didn't feel anything, and I'd smoked weed before, so I'm like, nothing happened. And he's like, oh, you're going to feel it in a minute. I'm like, no, I want to hit it again. And he's like, no, you're going to feel it. I'm like, no, I'm going to do it again. So I did it, and still, like, I really didn't feel like much was happening. And much like Matt was saying earlier, like this, in weed time, it feels like eons. And so I was like, nah, it's, nothing's going on. I was like, oh, maybe I'm just, because when you first smoke weed, it doesn't hit you right away.
No, it takes a minute.
Yeah. So like the first time you smoke weed, you think you're a superhero because you're like, oh, that didn't do anything. And then, 2 hours later, you're singing that song Taxi Driver in the back of a taxi cab and you get kicked out right in front of CVS on Beale Street.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened to me the first time I smoked weed, but this is the first time I smoked opium.
Ooh.
So I'm at this like country club, but we're staying like at where the help lives. And so everybody's like partying and playing beer pong and hanging out. And I go outside and I'm kind of wandering around smoking cigarettes like a dickhead. And I see this guy smoking weed out of this crazy apparatus I'd never seen before. And I was like, oh man, what's that? And he's like, this is a steamroller. And I'm like, can I use it? I was like, can I use your pot machine, sir? And so he's like, yeah, okay. You just, draw all the smoke into the chamber and then take your hand off the bottom and then breathe in all the smoke. And I was like, done. So I hit the steamroller thinking that the opium didn't do anything. So it was a lot of smoke and I took it. And then
call it the black lung.
Yeah, I think everybody knows what it is. This kid called it a steamroller. I'm sure that's not the name. I've seen it a million times.
No, it's
before.
a steamroller.
Okay. So I exhale and I'm starting to feel good. I'm starting to feel high. So I go inside the house and I'm talking to this girl. And you know how like you think you're a Casanova when you're high, when you're really just a fucking moron that's drooling?
Mm-hmm.
So she and I are talking and I feel like a burp coming up. So I'm trying to be sly. And I like put my hand over my mouth and make it seem like a cough. But smoke comes out. So there's this kid on the other side of the room. He's like, hey, you can't smoke in here. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like starting to panic because I'm like, that's not supposed to happen. Why is there still smoke in me? So
my lungs are on fire.
You're like a chimney, dude.
Yeah. So like,
chimney.
What feels like 5 minutes later, but it's probably like 30 seconds later, I got another one, and I'm like, okay, all right, play it cool. It was probably just residual. You're gonna be okay. So I burp again. And more smoke comes out. And this time the kid like jets across the room and kicks me outside. So the party's going on inside and I'm sitting on the porch, like trying to figure out, like I thought something was wrong with me. I was like, am I part dragon now? What just happened? You know what I mean? Like you're like, what the fuck is wrong? So anyway, I'm starting to feel really, really high and my roommates come out. It has probably only been like 2 or 3 hours, but they're fucking shit-faced wasted and they're all 21. So they knew I was 19 and they're like, hey, can you drive us back? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I get in the car. Actually, no, this is the only part that isn't bad. I get in the car and I drive all the way back.
First of all,
and,
the fact that
how
it even
far
happens.
was it, dude?
How far? Well, Martha's Vineyard's real small, so it was probably like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 miles, maybe. But it's all like
That's
dark.
still a long time.
It's all
Opium?
like dark country roads, right? So as we're driving down these dark roads that aren't lit, one of my roommates leans over and she goes, "Hey, you're gonna want to turn on the headlights."
Oh god.
So we get back to the house
God.
and we pull into the driveway, and this is where the opium has really taken hold. I feel like I've been wrapped in a fleece blanket and I was being snuggled. And
Yep.
so they were like,
Yup. See, I told you. Oh, sorry.
so they're like,
Got
They're like,
sidetracked.
they're like, "Okay, we're home now." And I'm just going to sit here for a minute. And they're like, "Okay." So everybody goes inside. So the next thing I remember, it's about 7 a.m. and I'm still sitting in the passenger seat. in the driver's seat. And my roommates all come out and are like, we got to go to work. And I was like, yeah, we do. And they're like, "Get out of the fucking car." And I was like, okay. So I went inside and I changed. I was still high as fuck. I worked the whole
That shit
day
ain't going away.
completely stoned out of my mind. To this day, I've never touched opium because I literally don't know how long it lasts.
Or where to get it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I felt like I needed to go to Chinatown and find a guy with a really long braid.
Just get hurt on the job. You'll find it again. It'll just be called Percocet this time.
So anyway, it's like a week later and I go to this
It's
party.
happy hour in Quincy every day.
And I'm figuring like, okay, there's thousands of people on the island. Only a couple of people know about this incident. Everything should be fine. We get to the party, and the first person that I run into at the party is the guy who fucking kicked me out of the house for smoking inside, even though I was just, burping up weed and fucking opium smoke or whatever. And he's like, "Hey, what's going on, Smokey?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck. Oh, man, I'm never going to live this down." The whole fucking night, everybody in the goddamn party kept calling me Smokey. The entire night. Total fucking cockblock.
Awful.
Yeah.
I hate those fucking people.
I earned it. I earned every second of it, honestly. I'm a fucking idiot.
Nah, you tried opium. That's
It
all.
was good.
I,
would do it
I
again.
know the
You've
people
tried
love it.
something
People
I haven't
fucking
done.
love it.
It was amazing. It was like smoking a poppy seed bagel.
Oh, that actually sounds good.
It tasted delicious.
Opiates don't really turn me on, but smoking a poppy seed bagel, now you're talking.
The thing about opium, though, is it's not like opiates.
It is actually. It's in the
no
word.
shit, Jen. Fuck. It's not like it doesn't hit you like Percocet though. We're all like scratchy and you just want to like fucking watch movies with Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese. This is more like
The Departed is a good movie.
It is a
yeah.
good movie.
I just
I
wanted
want
to
to
wrap
high
my.
on opiates. I want to watch.
I just felt like I was wrapped in a blanket of love. It was
Yep.
amazing.
That is what opiates are.
The only problem is I decided to drive a Jeep with no headlights through one of the darkest places in Massachusetts.
Yeah, you also don't do that. Yeah.
No, don't
No,
do that,
no.
yeah.
But my roommates were drunk, and I'm like, oh, I can't let them drive. They're drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My roommates are drunk. I'm on opiates. Let's see
I'm all
if this
fucked
is
up
better.
like a guy who worked
It's
on
not
the
better.
railroads in the 1800s.
Well, if we crash, it's not going to hurt me
Opiates
at
is
all.
not the better choice to drive on.
No, it's not. Lesson learned. Anyway, that's my embarrassing story, and it ruined my summer, basically.
So when you're riding on United Airlines, smoke some opium. You won't feel the headrest against your temple.
That was a lot to say, Matt. So, so that wraps the episode.
That was THC time right there.
That was a little bit of everything. So let's, Jesse, you got any show dates before we wrap up?
I do. When is this dropping?
Next week.
And we probably won't be doing the show until the early May, so
All right,
the
well
next
then-
one will drop.
Then
So
fine.
give us 2 weeks.
Wednesday, May 10th, I will be at the Comedy Studio in Harvard Square above the Hong Kong. And Wednesday, May 17th, I am at the Shaskeen Pub in Manchester, New Hampshire. Come out.
Again?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was actually pretty great.
These people like me.
That's good.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah.
What's next? Anything else?
May 22nd, it's a Monday. I'll be at McGreevy's Bar. They have a comedy show there every single Monday. It's the bar that's owned by the Dropkicks in downtown Boston.
Yeah, I guessed that by the name.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst bars in Boston.
All right.
It really is.
All right. Any other
Louis
shows?
CK dropped by to do the comedy show, so it's a good venue for comedy. Maybe better than being a bar.
I just don't
Anything
like
else,
bars.
Jesse? Is that it?
For May, yeah.
All
for
right.
May right now.
All right. All right. So we're going to wrap the show. We're going to have a little bonus content. It's going to be real quick. We're just going to talk a little bit about our experiences at the Boston Marathon in 2013. So I am Sarge at Bastard Prophet on Twitter. Matt is at An Eclectic Taste. Maynard is at Maynard. Jordan is at Moose Knuckle. Jesse is at
No,
the
it's not.
Jesse Miles.
The
Jen
Jesse Miles?
is at
No, just the Jesse Miles.
Jen is at Jennifer824, and if you want to follow the podcast, it's at Musing Podcast. You can also follow us on Facebook. You can download us on iTunes, Google Play, and Podcast Addict. Though that information is pretty useless because you're already listening to us right fucking now. And that's the end of the show.
You're welcome, and we're sorry.
To listen to bonus material on this episode, go to misguidedmusings.com and look up episode 41, bonus material. It's our perspective on the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing.